Y'all ready for some sports? Because I have some very sporty visual aids ready for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Come on. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. That time every week for Victor Allen's unique fan-based view of sports. It's New Sports. Written, directed, produced by Victor Allen. That's right, the bald-headed black man. The one that the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Rub his head and make a wish. You can have one too. Here we go. Here's the man. Here's Victor! Sports! Yeah! Athletic shit! Yeah!
I don't even know if I want to switch the camera to me with all that. All that extra screaming. What's the screaming for?
I love it when he does it. I really do.
you enjoy the screaming.
I love when Mario do the sports, yeah.
You gotta wear your underwear real tight. That's the key. Get it real cinched up.
He's like extra.com without the dot. But it's good though.
It's a lot of extra.
But he's in a good mood, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
So what we got?
Yeah. Well, I don't think I can compete with the first kind of hour of the show.
Man.
Different wavelength, you guys. So if you're looking for somebody to sit back and check your groin muscles, that's not going to happen here.
I would have dressed differently. Damn.
All right. I'm just saying. All right. Look, everybody has to do a check me once in a while. I'm doing a check me. Look, it's a different time of the year, and I'm kind of evolving into what I call the Olympians, and it harkens back to something that I heard maybe about 30 years ago. Now, there's a lot of news as it relates to the NBA, but until they're on the court, I could talk about that a little bit later. What I heard back in the day, and I remember I was staying in Culver City, I was watching this report, and I follow track and field a lot, and at the time they said, you will find that the women's competitiveness and that they will become closer and closer, more faster in their evolution than men. And I said, now, how are they going to do that? Because, talking about the muscularity, the definition of the human body versus male, female, I'm not into the condition of understanding the medical or by the physiological makeup. I just said, okay, he's talking. Over the weekend, we had the U.S. Olympians take stage in the trials. And I can tell you this right offhand. When did you ever think that a 16-year-old could compete in the Olympics? In the fastest sprints, or mostly in the sprint events? You would not think about that. You would actually stop and go, they got to go through college. They got to go through some special sports club. They got to get hooked up with some professional former sprinters to develop them.
Well,
and go ahead, Maury. Go ahead.
And that's amazing. Let me tell you the other amazing physical thing. That's such a physical, musculoskeletal kind of dominance at that age.
That's right.
Usually you have to be older,
right?
Because as you're maturing, there's a specific hormonal effect on your muscles and everything. So for her to have that means that it bodes well.
Right.
Because like you said, that's a different sport. You're talking about sprints where it's a sport about muscles.
Absolutely.
You don't have enough muscle development usually at 16 to even compete. No. So she got that kind of muscles at 16.
Right.
The Williams sisters might have their competitor.
Right.
Because that's phenomenal. I didn't know about that because I watched the sprints.
And before I even get there, the most popular sport at the time, because it was prime time showing, I have to go give props to this group first, because my whole theme about new sports today is to salute the accomplishments. I'm not coming in here to necessarily go in and say, what's your opinion about this? It's more recognition. And I was watching the gymnastics competition to pick the five that's going to go in and represent the U.S. Specifically, we're talking about Gabby, Allie, Simone, Madison, and Laurie. Now, if you haven't been following this, what got me and what struck me, because gymnastics usually gets a pass because they start them so young. So it's not necessarily, we take it for granted that all of a sudden these women are at their best at 15, 16, or what have you. But Laurie Hernandez, if you look at this picture, to the far right is 16 years old and turned out to be behind Simone Biles, who was the world number one ranked clear. Nobody's even close. Laurie, 16, came in overall performance number 2, 16.
Wow.
This
what
is
y'all eating? It's that chicken. It's that chicken. I told them don't eat that damn chicken.
I'm saying. So, yes, I'm going to give props right now to the 5. Gabby made it. It was tough, but I'm not going to get all into the specifics of it because I'm doing what they call the salute. So I'm going to move on to the next frame. Congratulations, lady. The Gymnastics, they're favored to be the number 1 team going into Rio. Let me get over to who I call a woman of what they would call a different marching order. We're looking at Gabrielle Thomas. She goes to Harvard, okay? She goes to Harvard. She missed being on the team by coming in 6th place because they take the top 3 in the 100 meters and 200 meters. Ivy Leaguer, sitting back, representing Harvard, coming in, and when you hear her speak, she is so humbled. Just the idea that she gets to look forward to doing this again. Okay. Now, let me tell you the difference and why I'm recognizing the females for what they're doing. Wasn't there a time when we looked at women in track and field and they had a more harder look? And we used to sit there and say, she's, well, Mara, what are you making that face for, man? Why are you making the face? All right, so I'm just saying, there was a time when we took for granted that FloJo was 1 in a million.
My girl.
Okay, 1 in a million.
That chicken.
Right, now, I'm saying congratulations because you can be athletically gifted and also have that mentality of higher education. Gabrielle, the race was so close for her to get in. I couldn't wait to celebrate if she made it. She wasn't favored to get in the top 3.
Look at kind of physical specimens they are, though. They've been training for a while. Hope they're not taking any PEDs.
Yeah, no.
But it doesn't.
No, not happening. And if they are, it's
and they, and they're
it's your
just
fault.
to think where they are in their development and dealing with all the other social pressures.
Absolutely.
To be an athlete on this level, coming out, you really have to be focused in a way that's so different from your peers.
Yes, they mentioned that on TV.
That's hard for all those athletes.
Yes.
They got to be healthy, watching what they do.
Absolutely.
Put in their bodies, their substance, all of that.
That's right. Now, let me get to what I call the moment of what they call in track and field the hardest race to run. It's the 400 meters intermediate hurdles. When you're 16 and you make the team and you're a simple little cutie with their little backpack, with her little shoes, and you go watch Sydney McLaughlin run, you will never guess that she's 16. What blows me away, she made the team in the hardest sport. So she actually,
hurdles is rough.
And she goes to Union Catholic Regional High School.
Not guy school?
Yeah, I saw that, but it was too late for me up here. It was too. You know what? I would give you the finger, but I'll give you thumbs up. I said thumbs up. I said thumbs up. Look at my finger.
When people give me the finger, I always say, now, that's either 2 things, your sperm count or your IQ.
I knew it.
Moving on.
I knew it.
Moving on. So what about her?
See, thank you, Miko. Thank you for that transition. What she has done by qualifying in the hardest and most difficult sport, I would tell all of you, go watch her run and envision that she is in the most difficult sport. She came in 3rd. Everybody was watching. She's 16. Like you said, Mario, when does the muscularity count and the natural talent rules? Not only did she win by coming in and qualifying for the team, she ran her fastest time to qualify for the team.
Wow,
at the right time to qualify.
The colleges must be all over her because, like I said, and they know their numbers. When you hit a certain number, then they know where you rank now worldwide. Your coaches know. And then to be that way in high school, again, wow, what an accomplishment, Vic. And to recognize that they, assuming no injury, whatever, they have the potential to do way better. Absolutely. They haven't even got near peaking.
Thank you. That is exactly
physically. They're gonna be. It's gonna be years before they will be physically peaking.
Absolutely.
Right. That's what they were talking about on the news about this young lady here.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to what we see in other people, you know, most likely they probably haven't hit their period yet.
Yes. And if you want to see the picture of the team that she's on, you can scroll down. These are the three young ladies who are going in, and unfortunately,
look at that lean weight. Look at that lean.
All of them. Beautiful.
Lean,
all of them.
Lord, look at them abs, Lord.
Oh, they work out.
And you know what? Again, this is where we like to talk about the positive sides of athletics.
Yeah.
When you don't do it the wrong way, you try to be balanced. I bet you these young ladies are doing well in the classroom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are.
Absolutely.
See, this is what's different. You can tell, you know, and at least, wow, the pictures show such poise.
Yes.
You know, it's hard not to be inspired by, that's what you want to see from your youth.
And props to Dalilah Muhammad and Ashley Spencer. They are on the team. And you look at Sydney, you just have to stop. If they've never told you her age and her background, you say, oh yeah, she's just one of the runners. But what it's telling me is it's the development now, and because of what they're bringing to training, the ladies are inspired. And the other part about this, they're beautiful. And I'm not trying to say that just to say, oh, the other women were not. It's the idea that you can't put people in a group. And I'm gonna prove that point in when we come up to a later reference here. So let's go on and scroll down. I want to take you to the next moment here, because they said, you know, age is just a thing. But when all of a sudden you're going to your 5th Olympics and you're running the 5,000 meters, something almost equivalent to 3 miles. And you're
5th Olympics?
5th, and you're 41 years old.
My age.
Bernard Lagat won the championship trials in the 5,000 meters at 41. He was rolling on the track. He couldn't believe that he did it. He's twice the age of most.
Boy, that's a message for all of us, huh?
Right.
So youth rules, right? It's mind and body. Take a look. 5th Olympics.
So I guess he don't have no ED issue.
I guess it's how you take care of yourself.
Wait a minute.
That's how you can take care of yourself.
Look at Vic. What's his nickname? Voodoo. People think he don't age.
Less to take care of.
Why am I voodoo?
I don't know, but that's what your old crew call you, right?
Is that
you got all these names you call
No. Some of the women on his post called him that. And they said he's like voodoo. That he never ages.
Those are Miko names.
And that's back from your modeling days to your dancing days to now, right?
Yeah.
They called him Taliban.
That's cool.
Wow. I heard that too. Johnny Quest. They call him Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest.
I heard that too. Johnny Quest. Look at Johnny Quest.
That's a good one. All right, you guys. Taking you to the next here. All of this somewhat got lost in Wimbledon. And I got to give it to, of course, the Brits. They take the men's crown.
Get it?
Andy Murray did.
Now
let me say it. Let me say this.
Right.
He defeated Milos Raonic from Canada. But what everybody laughed at is when he gave a comment. You know, all the time, your competition, when you're giving comments about who and how well they were, he says he's a hard competitor. He did this. He works hard. He does this. And he's well-mannered. Everybody started laughing.
As many of the Brits.
He's well-mannered.
Are in public.
Wait a minute. I just sat there and said, wait a minute. He's well-mannered, huh? I just never thought of that as a part of your competition. I thought you tried to beat his ass. I didn't care whether he's well-mannered or not. But take it for what it may be. It's a higher level of consideration about how you should handle your manners. Mario, would you say that's very important with your competitors, that they should be well-mannered?
Certainly, because that's the way we are here at Pax Stereo. We like to take the lead in both being proper, using only the King's English. Never using words like shit.
See, there you go.
Never using the dreaded F word.
There you go.
Or the MF word. None of those here at Pax Stereo. But we all speak in kindness. And we essentially love everyone. We even sleep in the wet spot.
I see. There we go.
I'm not helping.
You're not just going to say anything.
She's not so dedicated.
But you know, congratulations to Andy. His second Wimbledon championship title, so it's good. But lost in the mix as we scroll down, the one who tied the all-time record, Serena. She wins her 22nd slam. She wins Wimbledon.
Yes.
But based on all the stories over the weekend, all these other moments, she almost takes a backstory. Not necessarily the story that was hyped as much because there's so many others going down. If you roll down even more, later that day she had to come and compete with her sister in the doubles, which they won as well. They're 14th.
Sure did.
So at this point, she is the oldest to win, Serena, her women's single title. So she's trailblazing. And here's my question to you, Mario and Miko. How long do you think before she retires?
Well, I think you have to have somebody come up that can beat you, and that makes you, or you start to really question the routine of the training.
Okay.
And so far, she seems to have done well, despite some health scares.
Yes. And she's better.
So that's a level of discipline that's a special level.
Right.
So you got to give it to homie. I would say you play until somebody comes along so they can beat you.
So
yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Miko.
I'd say 3 more years.
So she roughly, because she's right now, what, about 34?
No, she's 35 or 36.
Okay.
But about 3 more years.
You say 3 more years. How many more titles?
However many she can get.
No, if you had to project, because there's 4 major titles per year. So if you go 3 years, would she win maybe
12?
4? Okay, you're going way up.
It's interesting enough for most people. Physically, you hit a point, and it seems to be fairly definitive in a sense.
Right.
So I think we'll know, but she doesn't seem to have hit that. In other words, Tiger Woods is more like the typical athlete where they hit a plateau.
Right.
Then you see a somewhat steady slight decline because it's physically inevitable. You cannot.
Right.
So so far she doesn't seem to have hit it though.
No, that's why I said 3 more years.
Yeah,
she probably hit in between 8 to 12 more awards or trophies, and I think after that she'd be done. I think she has her own personal goal versus an international goal and a national goal.
I'm always remembering Muhammad Ali's fairly constant discussions about the difficulties of maintaining your commitment to training once you have the good life. Once you're sleeping on them good sheets, in them good beds, eating that good food, it's hard to get up and train like somebody who's hungry.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's what is the hardest thing. Plus, Miko, you and I both know there's a mentality as one gets older where the things one desires changes.
True.
And once you've won many, many times, it's hard to maintain the cutting edge for some times because you grow in another way and you're not seeking of the same.
Right.
So so sometimes you just don't want to do it anymore. And I can certainly understand that. So God bless her. If she does the 3 years, that would be phenomenal.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And just to give you guys an idea that this woman is getting better as she's overcome some of the issues physically and continue at this point that she will break the all-time record. The issue will be going about the conversation, is she the greatest of all time? Once you have the greatest number of titles. And let me just say this. Her sister and her do not actually play a lot in doubles. So they don't even concentrate really on this. They just come in, get together one time, come in and play and go in and win the tournament. If they focused on everything and just tennis, not the other areas, I actually think they would be doing a disservice. Because I believe you should blossom into your other interests and not try to satisfy the public's will to say, go get all the records in this one area. I think you make your success in many lanes, so I want to congratulate them.
And they certainly seem to be the type to do it their way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And about to give you guys the question of the day. So let's celebrate that man. His name is Kobe Bryant. Why? Because somebody else just retired today. Whose 5 titles was greater? Tim Duncan? Congratulations, man.
Oh,
He retired.
yeah,
He
Timmy!
retired. Whose
Tim
5
Duncan.
titles
Timmy!
is the best
Tim
title?
Duncan.
Love you, brother.
Yeah.
Tim
Tim
or
Duncan.
Kobe?
Love you, brother. Serious.
Okay.
Respect you, all those levels.
All right.
God
wait a
bless
minute.
you,
Wait a
Tim
minute.
Duncan.
Yeah. See, I couldn't wait for this because
Yeah.
let me move that screen. I couldn't wait for this because I wanted to see that they both retired the same time.
That's nice.
And when I say the same time, as relative to the season,
Right.
Kobe, all-time length or years served with one team at 20. Tim, 19. Tim had 5 titles in a shorter amount of time. Whose 5 titles do you recognize more as it went through the competition versus the individual quality of play? What did you enjoy more? More, I'm gonna give it to you first.
Yeah, and that's it's a really hard one to do those kinds of comparisons. You tend to look at it more on paper than you do in the ways you feel. I don't know, Vic. The only thing I would say is that Tim had the luxury, the blessing of having championships or championship type appearances immediately prior to his retirement. So whereas Kobe didn't.
Right.
So that was the only harder thing. Kobe had to endure a weak team.
That's right.
For a number of years.
The last 5 years.
Yeah,
or so.
before he retired.
Yeah. Miko?
I was gonna say Kobe.
Okay. You remember the championship runs and titles
more so from him
because of his presence,
and then plus he was
right.
more so in the news with the coverage than the other guy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You actually, for different reasons, I would definitely say I do remember.
And some of
in
that
a different
always.
way. So
Vic, isn't some of that always going to be the difference between L.A. and San Antonio?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of always, you guys.
Yeah.
It's hard, even though I'm amazed what they've done with the small markets, right? Like Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
When you think about what they've done with Oklahoma City.
Right.
But again, L.A., New York, those are your big. Chicago, right?
Right. Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Big cities.
Yeah. All day. And let me just say congratulations to the San Antonio Spurs for having the highest winning percentage of any team in any sport all time.
Hey.
The Lakers, Boston, hockey, baseball, you name it.
Of all time.
All time.
Wow.
Winning.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's it for my new sports, you guys. I would have covered a little bit more, but until next week, I'm going to Rio.
Yeah, go to Rio.
I'm going to Disneyland. Oh, I
Yeah,
went to the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Victor Allen's New Sports, a recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show. It happens every week. Be there, square. That's right, Victor Allen's unique fan-based view of sports. Dress appropriately. Ladies, get out your jock straps, sports bras, get that talcum powder, whatever you're using, powder those feet. Get ready. Time for some sports. You too can have jock itch. All right. Yeah. Scratch and sniff.